Alright, so all morning, everyone's been talking at you, so I'm going to turn the script for a second. Okay, it's time for you guys to be engaged. So what I want you to do is I want you to turn to the person next to you. I don't care if they're a stranger, it doesn't matter. Okay? I want one person to smile genuinely into the other person's eyes. And I want the other person to try not to smile. Give it a go, see what happens. You guys feel that? We just got a whole room to smile at the same time. With no prompting, no jokes, just a smile. Pretty cool, right? What you just experienced is the mirror neurons in the brains firing at the same time. Okay? You couldn't help resist smiling when someone genuinely smiled at you. So on my darkest days, that's what I did. I deflected the world with a smile. I got tired of people asking me, "How are you?" Couldn't answer that question. I got tired of people saying, "Are you okay?" Because I wasn't. But a smile gave me smiles back. So I walked through the hallways through high school with a smile on my face. That's just Bryant, he's going to be okay. I had 9 concussions by the time I left high school. 2 from football, 6 from basketball, 1 I ran into something. By the time I got to college, okay, I made it into Western. I like to think that I wrote a great essay, right? Made it to college. Woo! I got 2 more concussions, 1 from a flower pot, and 1 playing fugitive. I ran into a tree. School became very difficult. I had to go to my professors and say, "Look, I can't do it. I'm sorry." I had to leave. But it all accumulated in my 12th concussion, right? They kept adding up. I got to San Diego, playing golf, living the dream, and I went boogie boarding, hit my head again. I went to the doctor 3 weeks after that concussion. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. My body was deteriorating. Went to the doctor, said, "Please, doc, I need some sleeping medication. I'd like to go to sleep." The doc looked at me and said, "I want to run some tests." So he ran some tests, and he found out that my left side had stopped working. I couldn't raise my arm, it just fall. I couldn't raise my leg, it just fall. My left side of my face was drooping. So he said, "We're going to have to take you to the emergency room." Well, the emergency room was 20 miles away. I'm in San Diego. They put me in an ambulance. They rushed me down to the ER. An hour and a half later, I got there. Traffic. So I'm sitting in the ER. I've got an IV bag above my head, full room, people everywhere, man having a stroke right in front of me. And all of a sudden, my name gets called. I'm like, there must be a mistake. I just have a concussion. They rush me back. Doctor sits in front of me and he says, "Look, if you keep getting concussions at this rate, you're going to have Parkinson's by the time you're 24. I'm 25 now. I don't have Parkinson's. Thank God. And then he said to me, "If you continue, you'll be dead by the time you're 30. Okay, so I'm 19 years old, got 11 years to live out my dreams. It's not very much time. So I cried. I called my mom. I said, "Mom, I'm going to die." And they were all the way up here, right? I'm alone in San Diego. I went through 18 hours of testing that night, 2 CAT scans, a 3-hour MRI from a neurologist from LA that drove down especially for me. So I knew I'd get answers today, right? 18 hours later, $150,000 to my insurance company. Doctor walks in the room and said, "I'm sorry, but there's nothing wrong with your brain. Here's your sleeping medication." See the problem here? I walked in saying I needed sleeping medication. $150,000 later, I got the medication. Okay? And that wasn't billed to me, right? Insurance covered it, great. But that one sleeping medication cost $150,000. You know where that money goes? Pharma, right now, is worth $1 trillion. $1 trillion. Okay? There's one pool of money. It's this big, right? All of you have put into it. Insurance companies want that money. But pharma gets it. The insurance companies want happy, healthy people. What does Big Pharma want? Okay, I'm not here to call out doctors. I'm not here to say that there's something wrong with a lack of knowledge about the brain. We're trying. But I'm here standing saying that there is a problem with the system when all you get is drugs. So I have something for you. I'm going to read a little note. It comes from the Hippocratic Oath. Every doctor signs it. And this is a section that I feel like is missing in our society. It goes like this. I will remember that there is an art to medicine as well as a science, and that warmth, sympathy, and understanding may outweigh the surgeon's knife or the chemist's drug. Think about that for a second. How many of you feel like this is missing? How many of you feel like the script is the first thing you get? That's the way it is right now. So it's not a sad story, right? I'm okay. Thank you. But my process was different. I came home after this doctor told me that I needed to take a break. I needed to stop thinking. So I bought a puppy. Me and my puppy, we hung out. His head out the window, my hand on the steering wheel, driving around town looking for memories. I had none. It wasn't that I couldn't remember that I lived in Bellingham or I didn't know where my house was, right? But I had no details in those memories. So I searched. I searched for something. And I found one day. I found a memory. I was up at Blodell Donovan Park. I ran home and I said, Mom, is this real? Did this really happen? She said, yes, that actually happened. So we talked about it. We discussed it. And I went to my room that night and I basically obsessed about that memory. I finally got one. And all of a sudden, that memory led to another memory. Now I got two. It's a good day. The one thing that I found that attached to each of those memories, this may be common knowledge, but it's an emotion. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the memory. Right? This one memory was pretty strong, and it led to another. So I did this every day, my puppy out the back window, my hand on the steering wheel, searching for memories. And I kept finding them. In high school, I couldn't speak, couldn't communicate. Right? I couldn't articulate my own thoughts or my own emotions. All of a sudden now, I was finding my own emotions. I was finding myself through my past and through my memories. Pretty sweet. Yeah, I had neuropsychologists tell me that I wouldn't be able to remember anything. My short-term memory is gone, my long-term memory lost. When you lose a part of yourself, like your memories, you lose yourself. Okay? She told me that I would have to find a wife someday that was able to write down sticky notes and put them on the cabinets for where the sugar was, or text me in the middle of the day and say, are you on track with your day? Did you get lost? You'd be okay? Thank goodness that's not the case. But for some people it could be. For some people that are lost, they need that constant reminder. My hope is that we can start changing the system. We can start looking at different ways of approaching these types of diseases and illnesses. When we're lost in our own mind, we don't need an outside agency to tell us what our life is. We need to find power within ourselves to find us again, or me, or I. And we need a community that surrounds us that doesn't say, I'm sorry for your loss, or I feel bad for you. We need a community to smile, because that smile reacts to that person that it's okay. It's going to be okay. I'm not lost. I'm not alone. I'm here and I'm well. Brain research is expanding every day. The Paul Allen Institute for Neuro Research has just discovered that there's only really 6 different types of brains. So they say 6 billion people in this world, 6 different types of brains. They're looking for the one thing that connects them all. What is it? I don't say that I have a scientific answer, but I say that there was a process that I went through to find my own memories. And it wasn't that hard. But you don't make money off something that's easy. So challenge yourself. Don't look at someone with Parkinson's or Alzheimer's or dementia and say, I'm sorry. Ask them about their life. Have them share a story with you, because that emotional connection to the story could be the one thing that saves them. That's it. Talk, communicate, love, and you might find yourself again. Thank you all for letting me live out my dream by standing on the stage and talking about this. And smile for me now.